Hello, TheLadyKeziah here. What do you do when someone hurts you and you don't want to give them power over your emotions? Let's have a conversation. Hello, everyone. Hurt is an inevitable part of life. At some point, whether intentionally or not, someone will say or do something that cuts deep, leaving you feeling betrayed, disrespected, or dismissed. The emotional sting is real and it's tempting to either lash out or shut down entirely. There would be a time in your life, maybe even right now, when someone hurts you deeply. Maybe they betrayed your trust, they made you feel small, or they simply walk away when you needed them the most. In these moments, the pain feels personal. It is real, it is sharp, and it shakes your sense of self. But here is the truth. You can feel hurt and still choose healing. You can be wounded and still refuse to hand them the remote control of your emotions. Because anybody that makes you angry holds the remote control to your emotions. You can still decide not to give that person power over your emotions. Let's get one thing straight. Feeling pain doesn't make you weak. It is staying stuck in the pain because you are waiting on them to fix it. That is how you give away your power. The people that hurt you, you are waiting for them to fix it. In so doing, you give away your power. What do you do when you want to heal without losing your peace or your dignity? You hear many others say, I'll tell them my peace of mind, I'll do this to them, I'll revenge, I'll do all that. If you want to heal without losing your peace or your dignity, you can't go that way. But that answer lies in one powerful realization, and that is you can never control what others do, but you can absolutely choose how you respond. How should you respond then? Let's get into it. Number one, acknowledge the pain without letting it define you. Acknowledge the pain. Your pain is legit, I understand. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge the pain without letting it define you. The first step is to give yourself permission to feel what you feel. Suppressing hurt doesn't make it go away, it buries it, allowing that pain to resurface in more damaging ways later. You don't have to pretend you're okay if you're not. It's okay not to be okay sometimes. You can say, that hurts me. You can cry, you can grieve. But then you must make a conscious decision, which is, I will feel this, but I will not let it control me. This wound will not become my identity. When you process your emotions honestly, you take back control, not by denying the pain, but by moving through it with intention. Number two, detach emotionally, not indifferently. Detaching isn't about becoming cold or uncaring. As long as love is involved, even when you are hurting, even when things are not going right for you, you can still be kind to that person. So detaching is not about being cold or uncaring. It's about separating your peace from their behavior. Do you get it? Separating your peace of mind from their behavior. People's actions can make it clear but they have no respect or regard for you, regardless of what they say. So many a time I tell people, when you say I love you, and they equally respond, I love you too, understand that you're talking about two different things. If their words don't match their actions, believe in their actions, not their words. Words are cheap. Anybody can recite anything. People's actions can make it clear that they have no respect or regard for you, regardless of what they say. Their actions clearly indicate that they don't value you. When you notice this, my dear one, take it for what it is. Remember, actions speak actions speak louder than words. When someone hurts you, especially someone close, it's natural to want validation, apologies, or even revenge. You can forgive without bringing them in. I understand all that. Access is a privilege, not a one-time or a lifetime membership. But the caveat is people change, just like you grew and I grew. We grow up knowing better than how we used to live. And sometimes outgrowing people means outgrowing the version of yourself that's related, since you now know better than to accept. You can love someone from afar. You can forgive them and still block access. You can let go without bitterness and still say, you don't get to come back just because you once belonged. Your peace is sacred, your growth is personal, and your boundaries, they are not for debate. Waiting for them to make things right, put your emotional well-being in their hands. You know the people that hate you that will never apologize. Why would you wait on them to even give you closure? Their disrespect was the closure you needed. So waiting for them to make things right, put your emotional well-being in their hands. And that is where power gets lost. Detachment says, I can care about what happened, but I won't obsess over it. I will feel what I feel, but I won't let it control my next move. I will not let their actions become the definition of my worth. I will reclaim my peace because it is mine. I don't need their remorse to find my own healing. Or I choose peace, even if I never get closer. You become free the moment you stop needing them to fix what they broke in you. Number three, reframe the narrative. Ask yourself, what am I telling myself about this situation? Many often, we amplify our heads by adopting stories like, I might not be good enough. People always take advantage of me. Probably it's my fault. I can't trust anyone. But the detective says, what really frightens and dismays us is not external events themselves, but the way in which we think about them. It is not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of their significance. In the words of Epictetus, it is not what they do, but the interpretation we give. You have no idea that many a time they didn't mean evil. It is the interpretation we have given to the significance of the situation that is causing us pain. Those narratives only keep you stuck. Why don't you try instead? What they did says more about them than it does about me. This hurts, but it's not my whole story. This is a lesson, not a life sentence. When you change the story, you reclaim your power. Number 4, set boundaries, not walls. Choosing peace doesn't mean tolerating disrespect. It is okay to step away, limit contact, or even cut ties if necessary. The goal isn't to punish them, it is to protect your emotional space. Boundaries says, Boundaries say, I value myself enough not to accept behaviors that harm me. That is when you have boundaries. Boundaries say, I value myself enough not to accept behaviors that harm me. They are a sign of strength, not bitterness. Number 5, heal for yourself, not for them. True healing is not about realizing they were wrong. It's not about them seeing your worth or coming back with an apology. No, healing is about you finding your voice, restoring your peace, and remembering your value, regardless of how someone else treated you. You heal when you stop replaying the pain and start reclaiming your joy. You don't heal by waiting, you heal by choosing one small decision at a time to move forward. Always remember that power is a choice. When someone hurts you, it is normal to feel shaken, but you have a choice. You can stay tethered to their actions, or you can rise above them. You can give them power by living in reaction, or reclaim your power by choosing your response. You are not what they did to you. You are what you choose to become in the aftermath. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means releasing. It means building boundaries, not bitterness. It means saying, you hurt me, but you don't get to own my emotions because of the pain. You don't owe anyone access to you just because they once had it. Let that sink in, my dear. Should I take it again? You don't owe anyone access to you just because they once had it. Just because someone used to know you doesn't mean they get to keep knowing you, even when they disrespect you. Just because they once had a key to your world doesn't mean they are entitled to walk back in anytime they choose. What happens when you stop reacting and start healing? I know you may want to know. Something beautiful happens when you stop reacting to someone's behavior and instead turn your attention inward. You stop living on emotional autopilot. You stop giving the power to detect, you stop giving them the power to detect your mood, your worth, or your peace. And you rather start reclaiming something sacred, and that is yourself. Because healing isn't just about letting go of what hurts you. It's about stepping into who you were always meant to be before the wound. You begin to redefine love. When you stop reacting, you start observing. And in that stillness, you begin to realize love isn't chaos. Love isn't confusion. Love isn't you constantly shrinking to keep the peace. You start to redefine love, not as what you were shown, but as what you now know you deserve. Peace, clarity, respect, mutual effort, joy, just like I always say, wholesome and reciprocal love. Love that holds space for you, not love that holds you hostage. What do you do again? You break the cycle. When you stop reacting, you're no longer stuck in the pattern of trigger, response, regret. No, you break the cycle. You interrupt the cycle. You create space to choose differently. And in that space, you grow stronger, more self aware, are more emotionally free. They know the buttons to press, they know the triggers to move, and they know your reactions. No, break the cycle and see how powerful you would become. You realize that not every battle deserves your energy. That silence can be more powerful than a comeback. And that sometimes the most radical act of love is walking away from what doesn't nourish you. You again reconnect with your power. You stop performing, you stop proving, you stop bending yourself into shapes and designs and patterns just to be accepted. You realize you are allowed to outgrow versions of love that were built on survival instead of connection. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to walk away without explaining because healing isn't loud, it is sovereign. It is you becoming rooted in who you are, onboarded by who doesn't understand your growth. When you stop reacting and start healing, you don't just change your relationship, you change your life. The most powerful thing you can do when someone breaks your trust is to rise. Rise quietly, boldly, and unapologetically. Because your story is still yours to write. So choose peace, choose clarity, choose freedom, and most of all, choose yourself. And I'll come your way again in my next video. Watch another video from my channel and let me hear what resonated with you in the comment section. Share your thoughts so other people get to learn too. Much love and blessings.